I think like most scrimmages at this time of year, some real good, some not so good, some things that got to correct. We went in to correct that we had to correct. But the most important thing coming out of that scrimmage for me was fundamentals. Run game fundamentals, pass coverage fundamentals, and pass rush. And are we coordinated? Are we doing things the way they're supposed to be done? Are we doing things the way we've been practicing them here for the last 2-3 weeks? So, like I said, work in progress, but definitely some good there and some really competitive moments for us on defense.
We saw you talking to Coach Tom Coughlin out there. Just how is it seeing a legendary coach like him, and what do you sort of ask a guy like that when he comes to see you guys?
Coach Coughlin, I've actually been fortunate enough to talk to a few times since I've been down here, and I don't think you'd have a better resource in professional football. When I was younger, he was down here and built this from the ground up, and there's a tremendous tradition here, a rich tradition, because of what he did. Guys like him and guys like Tony, and they were able to win really early, but he set the precedent for what the culture should be, and we want to have a culture very similar to that. About being tough, doing your job, being accountable, being a great teammate, caring about the people you coach, all that stuff. That's what he's about. I think that's why he's been able to win the way he has at the rate he has the entirety of his career, wherever he was. Whether it was at small school college football, Boston College, pro ball, and then I was fortunate enough, like I said, growing up in New Jersey, I grew up a Giants fan, and when he came to the Giants, he brought that culture there and won at the highest level. So what he says matters, and it works. That's right.
Liam talked about it at the scrimmage about the one defensive line pass rush, just Josh, Trayvon. Just what have you seen out of those guys as camp has kind of progressed?
Yeah, we got a bunch of talent there on the edge, and again, I'm just always going to go back to what's our play style. Being that way, 1,000 miles an hour every snap of the game. When those guys can bring it that way, it does a lot for our defense. And I saw a lot of good things from them the other night, and they've been competing their tail off every day out here in camp, and Matt Edwards has been on them. He's been grinding them, and they're responding to the coaching. So, seen a lot of good things out of them so far this summer.
Why the move to bring Levi Wallace in?
Just another veteran guy who's had success in his career. I think that's whenever you can have that or add that to your roster, it's important and obviously helpful. He's got a wealth of knowledge, playing in a bunch of systems, and he's just a good, high-character guy. He's a good football player. So that's what we like about him.
Sorry, Coach. How much value does a guy like DeJuan Smoot bring to the defense when you can see him line up inside and outside depending on the situation?
Yeah, he's got a bunch of value because, he's a three-down type of guy. So, he can play early down. He can play, obviously, in the pass rush situations. He can move around. Super smart guy when it comes to the rush. Has done a bunch of that, coordinating that in his history as a player in this league. So, and he's a super coachable guy. Tough guy. So I like him. I like being around him. He brings a lot to us.
Josh had said, like him and Smoot, they've played so many games together, kind of just in sync out there. Is that something that you can see as a coach?
Yeah, you can see that, the relationship of people. When you bring a guy into the building, what's important is the chemistry and the energy, too. That's like the unspoken part about pro football. You got to bring the right people in your building. And guys here already had a relationship with them, and everybody was happy to have him back. I know Josh was also, especially.
Liam Cohen talked about how versatile Devin Lloyd is, and really excited to see him. Is he being versatile under you? I know you're very versatile in it.
Yeah, I think he's done a really good job moving around. We try to move him around with his alignments. He does some different things based on what the down and distance or situation is for us. So he's done a good job. He's kind of taking on all those roles and running with it. He's a smart football player and a guy that I said in the spring. He's kind of always doing extra, always hanging around the building, trying to watch tape, ask questions, and you really need to be one of those guys when you have like a multiple, when you're asked to do multiple roles out there.
What about Tyson? What do you like? How does it fit with Tyson Campbell?
I think he's a really competitive guy at the point of attack. There's a guy who's had success in this league, and he loves to be coached. It doesn't matter. Like, he's never really sitting still. If he's got downtime, he's doing drill work. He goes out there and tries to compete against our best players every day, challenges himself, always asking questions, and is certainly demanding of himself. Critical in the most positive way, watching his technique every day and trying to get better. So those are the guys you love coaching. You know what I mean? You're fortunate to have a guy like I'm fortunate to have a guy like that.
And you like him in your scheme?
Love what he does because I think he can play with vision on the ball. He can get up there and challenge and play press. He's physical. So yeah, all facets of his game definitely apply to what we do.
Jason, Eric, kind of week to week, what have you seen from that inside rotation of DTs? Saw Kiwi kind of get a little bit of run opposite Jordan Jefferson. What have you seen from some of those guys?
Those guys, they're working hard for us. You know, we're just trying to develop consistency in there, and I think those guys are getting a lot of good work. You know what I mean? I thought they did some really good stuff in the scrimmage. I thought Lacey had a good scrimmage the other day. And I thought those guys were working hard, running to the ball. And the biggest thing we talk about a lot is not staying blocked, and they're doing that. You know, whether they're grinding blocks and playing primary to secondary or getting penetration, they've been doing what we're asking them to do, and we're going to keep asking them to do that. You know, with a great level of consistency.
In the scrimmage, Travis started on offense, and then he switches jerseys, goes to the defensive side. Could you kind of talk about that process? Was it communicated to you that he's coming to defense, or?
Yeah. We kind of had that set in motion, you know, where he was going to be. But he does a lot of that in practice, you know what I mean? One period he may be with us, next period is with them. Some days he may start on defense, then he's working offense. His meeting schedule is very much like that. So, like I said the last time I was up here, he's done a really good job with that, and I think Liam's done a great job coordinating that. It's been demanding on him, but he's responded in every way.
And then I don't want to get too deep into it because it's still early, but do you think he has flexibility to kind of move around on defense a little bit?
Yeah, he's a pretty good athlete. I mean, he can he can do a whole lot. I think there's everything I've watched him do to this point has been really impressive. So I think there's really sky's the limit when it comes to him, what he's able to do.
This training camp for you, being able to stay healthy, being out there last 9 days, I guess.
It's been great, man. Building that chemistry with the guys. Learning a new defense, competing with the offense each and every day. It's been fun.
What have you liked about this defense and sort of how you fit in it?
I like everything about it. The versatility of it. How fast we can play in it, and it's built for everybody's strength. So I'm loving it.
Add Jordan Lewis to the defense. What's he been like? Not even just on the field, but kind of off the field too.
He's been a heck of a vet. A guy that's played in this league for a long time and has been successful. So just picking his brain, fun guy to be around. Great personality. Brings a lot of energy each and every day.
And then, how have you seen kind of Jarian grow from as a rookie last year to what he's doing kind of right now?
You see a lot of growth, man. He came into this camp with a mindset that he's not a rookie anymore. Ready to dominate this season. And, I can see each and every day. So my job is to keep pushing him and help him get where he wants to get to.
You feel like you're having a good camp?
I think I am. Just trying to stack days. Compete, get my hands on the ball. Making sure my alignment, my assignments, and my keys are on point each and every day. So I think I'm pretty good.
Pretty good job of frustrating Brian.
Yeah. Well, it's iron sharpen iron. Heck of a receiver. Diami. We have a bunch of great receivers. So just going against them each and every day, you got to bring your A game, and that helps me. Mentally. Knowing that I can't take any days off. I got to bring it each and every day and each and every play. So.
What have you learned about Travis as a receiver?
Just how quick he is, and how shifty he is, and he gets to a spot, and Trevor's able to put it anywhere, and he's athletic enough to reach out and go get it. So his ball skills are definitely something that catches your eye.
Does that kind of translate when he's playing defense with you guys too?
Yeah, of course. That's what makes him so unique. He brings those ball skills from the offensive side and uses them the same way on the defensive side. So.
Is that thing getting used to? You're covering a guy one day and then communicating with him on defense the next day?
Nah, it's just you just bring that mindset. You cover who's ever in front of you, and that's a mindset I bring. I know each receiver is different, so I may have to use a different technique for each of them, but the mindset is the same. Just lock in on the guy that's in front of me.
I know something you try to do is always bring along the young guys. Who are some of the guys that have you tried to help out early in this?
Oh yeah, Nico Slaughter, Jabari, Caleb. Jari, those guys, just bring them along, just help slowing the game down for them.
How challenging have these last 2 years been for you? Just not being able to stay healthy necessarily during the regular season. Like, what has been your mindset moving forward?
I'm grateful for it. It's allowed me to be mentally tough. It's allowed me to be present and learn to be where my feet are, and realize what God is trying to teach me in each and every moment, so that when I know the trouble don't last always, so when I do get through the storm, I'm mentally mature and mentally strong to go through anything. So I'm grateful for it. It's behind me. I'm being present and excited for this year.
You mentioned stacking days. Is that just really a focus?
Yeah. Each day is its own. So you have a good day the day prior doesn't mean you're gonna have a great day today. So you gotta be intentional. Take it one day at a time. Have short-term memory because each day is its own. So.
Tyson, did you change your off-season training at all? Did you up it this off-season?
I would say I did kind of up it a little bit more. I added a couple pounds of muscle. I'm 205 now, so feeling good at that. I changed a little bit, but pretty much kept the same. Just try to work on speed, strength, mobility, and keeping my diet clean as well.
Do you feel like you can already tell a different result?
Yeah. I gained a couple pounds, but I still feel fast, still feel quick. So it's good. It's good weight. So.
What's it been like in the weekend so far?
It's been great, man. A guy with a lot of energy, a great coach, smart coach, and is very accountable. Each day we're going over mistakes that the offense had made or the defense had made, and we're seeing it as a team and learning, how we can correct those mistakes going into the next day. So it's just building accountability around the group and around the team, so that each day we know what we got to fix and make sure we don't make them again.
He has said he wants the communication to always kind of be open and honest. Does that make an impact on you guys as players?
Definitely. You want transparency between the players and the coaches, and that's going to allow us to, get through, tough times and get through adversity, so that we can capitalize on, whatever the issue is.
Camp he kind of seems like he's a hands-on coach. Like he'll come coach DBs, coach different position groups. Just how has that kind of been seeing the guys?
Camp's a heck of a coach, man. He's the type of coach you'll run through a wall for. He brings that energy every day. It's consistent. So that's how you know it's genuine. He hasn't changed one bit. Very intentional and believes in each and every one of his players. So, you can't ask for a better coach like that trusts you and believes in you and wants to get the best out of you. So.
Thank you, Tyson.
Thanks, Tyson.